Hey everybody, it's your girl Angie. Welcome back to Kiss My Cheeks TV. Let's jump into Real Housewives of Salt Lake City. I'm enjoying this show. I watched it. I was out of town last week. You all know I was in Dallas, so I didn't really watch Salt Lake City on time. So yesterday I ended up watching episodes 1 and 2. I want to jump into it real quick. I think this is a show I could review. I think this is going to keep my interest. First today, the first 2 episodes didn't give that much drama. I just want to do my 2 cents on the cast overview and hit on a couple of the plot lines I see for the season. A couple of things I hope they nix it in the bud, and a couple of things I want to see where this goes. All right. So Salt Lake City, it seems like the focus of this series is going to be around the Mormon church. And pretty much none of the ladies are still in the Mormon church. But I guess they're going to talk about how they eventually, quit the Mormon church. I think 1 or 2 of them got kicked out of the Mormon church. I'm not for no church where you get kicked out. I'm just, it's not my belief system. I believe, God is a forgiving God, but this is not going to be a religious video. My 2 cent, Angie 2 cent, I ain't for no church where you can get kicked out, excommunicated. The dog is in there being bad. Or any of that. But I'm going to roll with it because, 1, it's a different storyline. It's a different storyline. I'm tired of everybody just arguing with their husbands. And it's some petty shit going on too. But at least it's a different storyline. Let's get through the cast overview. Now, the one thing I want to hit on first is all of them say the Mormons all strive for perfection and beauty and all of this stuff. A lot of you ladies need to stop. You're perfect the way you are. All of you all are gorgeous. For the most, I'm not going to say, I don't want this to sound shady, but for the most part, you're all very beautiful women. But some of you are about to take your surgical things in the face area, striving for perfection. Some of you all are about to cross that line where you look a fool. I'm telling you, and do what you do. Do what you do. All I'm saying is when I saw a lot of those flashback pictures, you ladies are gorgeous. You look beautiful. You don't need all the stuff you're getting done to your face. Now, Angie, I let it go because to each their own. First, I'm going to go from the cast overview from my favorites to my least faves. My fave, number 1, is Miss Jen Shaw. She is Tongan and Hawaiian. What is that specific? I like the culture. I like anyone that will bring their culture to the show. We got to saw the Hawaiian dancers, and I like her. I like her vibe. She is, I don't want this to sound wrong either, but she just seems like the stereotype of a housewife, like a rich bitch, not taking no shit. She'll read you. Hey, I like what I like. I like what I like. I love her style, all that Versace, all that over the top, one piece of jewelry too much is me. That's me. I don't give a fuck. The makeup was hitting right. I like Jen. I like her. I love her husband. She grew up in the Mormon church. The Mormon church seems kind of problematic because almost everybody says something about them not liking black people. And I'm not saying any of these ladies are racist. One of the ladies, I'm going to get to her, says something problematic to me, but I think she just was trying to say something, but it came out wrong. But I ain't going to harp on that. I'm getting to know you ladies. Everyone has a clean slate. But Jen, I like you. You're my fave. You give me what I need for a reality TV show. Up next is Heather Gay. Oh, I forgot to say I like her family. Her husband is a football coach. Lord have mercy. I'm sorry. Let me turn this on vibrate. Her husband's a football coach. I really love the interaction of her and her children. Cute. Cute house, cute family. Okay, up next, Heather Gray. Heather is the lady, the boss bitch, I call her. All of them are really boss bitches, but she was the one who kind of stood out to me because she was actually promoting. She had on her, what is it? Beauty Lab and Laser. She the one who, tell some of them to take a step back, Heather. Tell someone to take a step back. I like Heather's personality. She gives me reality TV, housewife personality, here for the shit, all that good stuff, know how to turn up. I like her style. I like that she's thick. I like that she's thick and still dresses her ass off. She's the one who was married to what they say Mormon royalty. Her husband was a billionaire, and then once you divorce, it's over. Like, no child support or nothing. I don't know. I don't know. To me, I don't know anything about the Mormon church. I don't know anything about their rules. So I'm not even going to try to talk about something that I don't know about. If I say something, it's only after what these ladies are teaching me, because I don't know nothing any different. But I like Heather. I like her. Her children were beautiful. I like how they came in and got their facials. I wish that's something my mom would have did. Like, she's not a real big pampery, go to the spa type of person. If I had a daughter, I would do that too. Like, I love to go to the spa and just get a facial. I thought that was a cute scene, but let's move on. Whitney is my next favorite. I liked Whitney from the moment I saw her in that wedding dress with them rose tattoos. I said, oh, it's some more to her. It's some more to Whitney. I knew it. I knew she would be a fun girl. When she walked up to her husband, I mean, age ain't nothing but a number. If you like it, I love it. Like, it's not for me. I don't see myself wanting to marry someone 20 years older than myself. But to each their own. And it's a funny story. Like, her and her husband were both married when they met. They had to end up leaving their significant others, and then they got married. And I was like, sometimes, he does marry the other woman. It is what it is. Sometimes it works. It just reminds me of a funny story. My very first corporate job. I could tell the story now because I haven't worked there for a decade. It's been a long time since I've worked there. And I remember it was a huge scandal because, I work in finance. It was a huge scandal in the finance department because one night, what do they call it? The cleaners, the custodians that clean the offices at night came into the office, and she went into one of the private offices, to dump the trash, whatever she was going to go in there and do. And they were on the desk. It was, they both work in finance. I don't know. But they was in there fucking on the desk. And she was like distraught, like, she just was like, oh my God. She walked in on that. And I guess it had to be reported because she walked in and one of them had to get fired for the office romance. And so they end up firing the woman, of course. I was kind of pissed at that. Like, why she got to get fired? But the man was more of a director. Like, he had a private office. He had a higher title. And she was kind of on my level. I don't know. This was my job. This is my first job out of college. It was a scandal. And you know how we like some office drama. So it was good tea the next day. And so she got fired. But long story short, he ended up divorcing his wife for her. And they ended up getting married. And I believe they're still married to this day. At least the last I saw on Facebook, they were still married. So sometimes, he does marry the other woman. And it was an older gentleman and a younger woman. And it works. I mean, hell, it works. Who cares? I like Whitney. When she was telling that story, it brought up all of that office scandal. And I just was laughing in my head. I like the stripper pole at the wedding reception. She was having a good time. They were kicked out of the church. I guess the Mormons don't like affairs. Because I'm assuming they ain't got no problem with divorce. Because half of them are divorced. But I guess it's the affair that got them kicked out. Okay. Let's move on. Now we're getting down to some of my least favorites. I confused Meredith and Lisa the whole 2 hours I was watching the first 2 episodes. I was like, I confused them both. And I think one of them I like, one of them I kind of am side-eyeing. Meredith. Okay, Meredith is the one I like because she's next on my list. Everyone was talking about, oh, we love Meredith. We love her gay son. No. And I was like, why? Like, are you liking him just because he's gay? Like, he wasn't given to me. Like, I was really expecting somebody to give me this huge personality and like, oh, he makes the show. He's the one who. And so when I was watching it, I mean, I was like, okay. He wasn't giving it to me. That's all I'm going to say. I'm like, I'm not going to just jump on the board of, you know, because it kind of reads Nene-ish to me. Like, you want to just have a gay best friend on the show or a gay son on the show. I didn't get the hype. I hope I don't sound problematic. I don't know. But I didn't get the hype of her son, and honestly, he could stay off the show. The only thing that was popping about him is that lip gloss. I was like, what kind of lip gloss is that? Because it was popping. But I actually really like Meredith and her family. I really do. Something was weird to me. I was kind of like, why is your husband in Chicago? Why is he in Chicago and you all are in Salt Lake City? At first, I thought it was, I just want to be on this reality show. Maybe it didn't work out in Chicago, so let's take our ass to Salt Lake City so I can be on this show. I don't know. What was Meredith's business? She had jewelry and had a store that Rihanna and Charlize Theron. I want to see some more of the jewelry. Y'all know I have Kiss My Cheeks Boutique. I love some good jewelry. Let me see what you got, girl. Lisa was down on the list of the faves. She's a New Yorker. She was the one who didn't cook, and they was riding around to every fast food restaurant in Salt Lake City and having a meal in the car. Cute. I ain't mad at it because I don't like to cook either, but I don't do fast food every day. Lisa, and a lot of New Yorkers don't cook. Like, they have so many amazing restaurants and Uber Eats and DoorDash and all that. You can get away with that in New York. I can't quite put my finger on Lisa. I think it's the air. She's one of the ones in a couple of plot lines that kind of rubbed me the wrong way. But I liked her. Like, she just ain't on the top of the list. It's something I can't put my finger on it, Lisa. I don't know. But let's move on to my least favorite. And you all know I'm kind of a little bit like Issa. You know, Issa Rae, where she's like, I'm rooting for everybody black. Like, I don't care what race you are, but I always tend to be like, I'm going to root for the black girl. And it's only one black girl on the show. I don't like Mary. I don't like Mary at all. I don't like nothing about her storyline. I don't like nothing about her personality. Number one, the whole I married my step-grandfather thing is weird. I don't care how you dice it, slice it, want to put a cherry on top. To any ear you tell that story to, it sounds weird. It sounds, and we know that's not your biological grandfather. We get it. But who wants to fuck up after their grandmother? And the more you talk, because I've watched her do interview after interview after interview on this subject, the more she talks about it, the more disgusting it sounds. Like, and it's all wrapped up in money. You can't tell me no different. It's all wrapped up in money. It sounds like it was a condition, and it sounds very controlling. Like, that grandmother had to be extremely controlling. Because it sounds like, how the hell do you die and you will me, a person, you're giving away a person in your will to your widower, your husband? That's on some slave type shit. Like, can you deny? Did she have a choice to deny? It's no way. I don't get it. It sounds disgusting. It sounds very mental. Like, it was some shit going on in that family. Well, a grandmother had the nerve to say, you want this money, marry my husband. He needs to be taken care of. You marry him. Why didn't the grandmother just leave the money to the husband if she wanted him to have it that bad? Or is it the control of the grandmother where I want my husband to have the money, but I don't want him fucking no other bitches? Like, I don't know. It's very strange beyond the grave where even after 20 years, you still married to this man. And she doesn't look happy about it. She says it was an arranged marriage. She says her and her family, it was another interview I watched, her and her family have fallen out because I guess she's the one who married him. She must be the one with all the money. She said that her and her mother no longer talk because her mother felt like she was the one who should have married him and got the money. And I'm like, really? Your mother, your grandmother's daughter wanted to marry her stepdaddy so she can get the money, and she mad that you married him instead of her. Mind is blown. Mind is blown. To me, that's a storyline that should have never hit Bravo. That's some shit, like they said in everybody in Salt Lake City know what happened with marrying her step-grandfather. That would have been some Salt Lake City tea. I would never put that on TV. I would have never put my business like that on TV. I don't care how, if you got the money, what you need Bravo for? I don't like Mary because she's a label whore. Every scene she talking about this Valentino, this was Chanel, this is Balmain, whatever. Every scene she was talking about a label whore, and then bitch, you can't dress. The bitch can't dress to save her life. This is Valentino straight off the runway. I know that's a fucking lie. I know Valentino ain't had that green dress on with some white stockings and black shoes. I know that's a lie. I know it. I don't like Mary. It's nothing about her personality that vibes with Angie. And I be trying to tell y'all. Everything is not racial. Not all black people get along. So not everything is racial. Like, I was rooting for you, girl. I was rooting for you because she did another interview where she made it seem like none of the girls like her because she's black. So I was looking for that vibe in the show because I heard her say that. And I was like, no, none of the girls like you because of you. I wouldn't like your ass either. It's something. I feel like, Mary, you should have never did this show. I feel like the tea you spilling is some shit that I would have never. Only Salt Lake City would have known it for me. But let's move on because let's get into the plot lines that I've seen the first 2 episodes. Number 1, Mary and Jen fell out because Mary came around and told Jen she smelled like hospital. Now, you two were cool. I don't ever see Jen. See, Jen is a bitch I vibe with. I'm trying not to call people bitches, but Jen is a chick I vibe with. Jen is someone who I could see myself getting along with. And I can't ever see Jen and Mary being on the same wavelength of being friends in the past. But they said they were. But they said they fell out because Jen's aunt just had to have both of her legs amputated. And of course, she was spending time with her in the hospital. And Mary had some traumatic experience in the hospital and said Jen smelled like hospital, and it triggered her. Now, I'm thinking, okay, maybe Mary's grandmother, had passed away, and her grandmother was in the hospital a long time. And, sometimes people have deaths in the family, or maybe she had a bad experience in the hospital, and she just don't, like, a lot of people don't like the hospital, okay, period. But she came out and said, I had my older glands removed, and I had to stay in the hospital for a few weeks, so I don't like hospitals. I was like, bitch, you sound petty as fuck. You didn't even have any major medical crisis. You had a fucking elective surgery done. And what does hospital smell? Like, every time I've been to a hospital, it smells good. It has no odor, or it smells extremely clean. I don't know what a hospital even smells like. And for y'all bitches to fall out over that, it's petty. I'm like, what else y'all got? I don't want to hear about this hospital shit no more. Let that go. The next major plot line is the I don't know her plot line. Lisa does not know Heather. Heather said they went to the same college. Heather clearly remembers Lisa, but Lisa, she having a Nene moment. And I think that might be why. I mean, I like Nene, but I like Nene with that whole Phaedra, like, I don't know you. Yeah, I went to high school with your brother. That don't mean I know you. I'm like, bitch, y'all from the same ass small town. Y'all know, just because you don't know the child's birthday don't mean when you see Phaedra, that's Phaedra from Athens. Period. So I'm not into this whole I don't know her storyline. And I feel like that's going to roll throughout the season some more. Because I'm like, Lisa, bitch, How you don't know her, but you remember her titties being flashed, but you don't know her? I can't. I can't. So that's a storyline I would like to see fizzle out, but I feel like it's gonna keep going. Next, Whitney confronted Lisa about the alcohol at her wedding. Whitney says she appreciates you providing the alcohol, but the two bartenders you provided were drinking along with the guests. They got drunk, they were breaking glasses, and it wasn't the professional experience she thought Lisa would provide. I said, bitch, you get what you pay for. Angie, stop calling everybody bitches. Whitney, you get what you pay for. You want some free shit, you get free service. Hell, you could have got the free alcohol and hired your own bartenders. Okay? Your husband ain't got no money. Y'all already saved money by doing the shit at home. You ain't have no money to hire two bartenders. You already got the free alcohol. Hell, you could have got your cousins to get behind the bar and make up a little bit of margarita drink, because all she gave you was tequila. This is one I was with Lisa on. Don't come to me after I done gave you hundreds of dollars of free alcohol to tell me about some service where I don't even understand. If you provide somebody the alcohol, they can't get their own service. I would have read you. Lisa was nicer to you than me. I would have cussed your ass out and sent you an invoice. Like, don't come bitching and complaining. All I need from you is a thank you. Just a thank you. And then, bitch, you ain't even had the nerve, the decency to invite me to your little backyard wedding. And I sent all the alcohol for you and your family to party. Okay. But Lisa looked like the type who wouldn't have showed up even if she was invited. Anyway, let's move on. The last plot line that I really want to see more of is this hidden separation. Because Meredith, you and your husband fooled me. It is Meredith the one that's secretly separated. Because the whole my husband got to go to Chicago thing threw me. But okay, I understand the businessman. I understand. And then you threw me when your son put all them rose petals, and it did look like a funeral in there. That wreath with the M looked funeral home to me. All them roses and candles on the floor, that big hump of roses looked like a coffin. I didn't understand why your husband wanted it to look like y'all was getting ready to get it on. I was expecting him to come from behind the room and surprise her. Like, I didn't understand the whole roses all over the floor if you were not going to be there to experience the romance of it. Like, that was strange. That was very strange. But y'all have a separation. Y'all had this little dinner, and he was like, you ain't told nobody we separated, right? And she was like, no, I ain't told nobody. Well, you done told everybody on the Bravo cameras. Okay. So now the plot line thickens. The husband seems like he wants to work it out, go to counseling, and Meredith is kind of like, where the divorce papers? Where you want me to sign? I'm over it. And the whole thing was, he's like, here, look at my phone. Like, you can see I'm not doing nothing. I'm not cheating. I'm in Chicago on business, but you won't let me see your phone. And I was like, I wouldn't let nobody see my phone either. Like, it was this meme on Instagram. It was so funny because it was so true. I told it to my husband and we both was cracking up. We don't have a problem showing each other our phones. I don't have nothing to hide. But what's in my phone is, it said, women don't want their husbands to see their phone, not because they cheating. They don't want them to see their phone because they be in there talking shit. And that's true. That's true. He pissed me off, sin, and then me and my girlfriends talking shit about each other's husbands all up and out the phone. And it ain't that I just don't, because sometimes you vent with your girlfriends and you talking shit just to get it out so you can get over it, so you ain't side out of your husband all night. And you don't delete those threads, not because, I don't know, am I digging myself in the hole? I don't know. But I felt her on that. Like, I don't want you to see my phone either. Not because I got anything to hide, but because I might have said some shit about you that I'm over now. But if you see it, it's going to start some shit up. And I ain't got time to go dig through all my text threads and delete the times I was talking shit. But I'm curious to where this will go. Can they work their marriage out? I would like to. I don't never want to see anybody get divorced. But that was a plot line twist for me. That was a plot line twist. So I'm interested in that. You know, the ladies did some shopping. They did some skiing. They had that party at Jen's house. And that was she transformed that house. That was an amazing looking party. The ladies look like they can have fun. And I'm interested in seeing where this season takes me. Because I'm over the bullshit with Potomac already. Have y'all seen my video where they all have on yellow for the reunion? And I go over the reunion looks. It's going to be sad. Who did that? I bet you Andy's shady ass said, yeah, let's put 5, 6 black women in an array of shades of yellow. Like, bitch, yellow? Yellow. Of all colors. I would have rather you all been in pink, purple. Y'all did purple beautifully. But yellow, hell, y'all could have even did orange. Yellow is the hardest color for any woman. I don't care what race, hue, nationality, shade, melanin, non-melanin. Yellow is the hardest color to pull off in a gown. You can easily pop up, you know, with a nice yellow top and some jeans. You saw Andy had on a gray suit and a yellow tie, but a gown. And then all of y'all have platinum blonde hair. It just was a mess. They all looked a mess. Anyway, that's all I got to say about the Salt Lake City girls. I'm excited for a new franchise. I'm excited to see what you all give me. Get in the comments. Let me know what you all think. Again, I apologize that this video is a little bit long. I had to do kind of both episodes and assessments all in one video. I will try to do each week, every Wednesday, one episode at a time. Like, comment, share, all that good stuff. Subscribe. Go ahead and subscribe if you're looking for Salt Lake City. You know, Atlanta will be back in a couple of weeks. We're going to see what they giving. And that's it. I will talk to y'all later. Bye.